Hello, good morning. Just an overview. What we do is a website about connecting travelers with quality restaurants. So we have a freemium model where everybody can use the site, but only members can use or enjoy discounts in their destinations.
Okay.
So my question was actually about the key resources where everything basically is web-based. So of course my first name down there is the name of the CTO. But then I was trying to figure out if, as we have also sell people engage in restaurants, quality in restaurants in different destinations, and since actually what it makes the difference between a free user, a member user, is the option to download these discounts or coupons. If these people that engage at restaurants, so actually they are the one creating the bigger value in our company. Or it would be basically the technology or the platform itself, or
so I was going to
CTO.
tell you the platform is a very important asset for you, a very important resource. And that should be there, because that is your primary mode of getting into, primary store, let's say, to enable your transactions. So I think that should be one of your resources as well. So in addition to the CTO, because worst case scenario, if the CTO leaves, you've still got this platform, which is worth a lot. It's a very important resource. So you should protect it. And you should focus on it. So that's one of your key resources. Again, like you're doing this analysis, I think you're, in our businesses, you're the best person to decide which one should be next online over there. But what I want you to do through this process is to iterate, to say, okay, so if I depend on my, model being more focused on salespeople going out, how will it look overall? What would be the overall cost that I would then incur? What would be the resources, the assets, the activities I need to do? How will that impact, the process? And then you iterate again, like we showed in the beginning, because there is no perfect solution. It really depends sometimes, as I'm sure you face, sometimes hiring the right people doesn't happen on the spot, right? We know we need a very critical position, but we don't find we're not able to find the right person for that position. Do we stop? We need to adapt. So even though theoretically we should have a certain map, but in the current situation we're not we can't do it right now. We can't implement it right now. So we need to have it just as part of our plan and iterate a bit the model to suit what are the business dynamics that we have happening right now. So that's why this is really a big iterative process.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Anton, and we are into business setup services. So I believe that our key resources would be our PRO staff, because without them, we cannot be able to set up any business. So that would be our key resources. And then secondarily, our brand designers and IT specialists, because when we deliver a business, usually the starting business wants us to provide also their basic needs, which are the web presence and their email accounts and their branding. So we also treat our IT and logo designers our key resources.
So that's great. And I would imagine in your kind of business, customer service is also a very important element to it, because you need, especially in the setup services, so many different aspects to it, and sometimes the PROs can't explain themselves too well, so customer service bridges that gap. So we have one final comment on this part.
I've spent many years in IT and telecoms, and I've also been a business owner. So business planning, workflows, and looking at things like disaster recovery. When you identify your key resources, we've been talking about now staff, systems and processes, what your assets are. Your assets, for example, for most people are the crown jewels. Your customer relationship management and all of your customer database is key. And you need to protect those, and you need to make sure that you have processes in place for who can access them and what you do in the event of a disaster within the business. How are you going to go about resourcing the business is another issue. As a small business startup, it's very difficult to engage the amount of staff you need. You first go to market, win some business, and then you can afford the staff you need. In the meantime, what sort of advisors do you have in terms of trusted advisors that you can go to, either a free resource or perhaps a consultant? And how much do you rely on a consultant? And are you getting value for money? So there's a lot of areas that you can look to help and support you start and grow a business. But it's prioritizing how much and when, I think.
Absolutely. So the key element in all of this is really prioritization.
Yeah.
Where do you focus your energies, your time, your money? The item before the last, in terms of these building blocks, is the partnerships, key partnerships. And you already touched on some of them in the discussions. So partners, what are the essential partnerships that you need to have in place in your business to make sure you're able to execute efficiently? So the media could be one of these partners. If you're a company, you could be working with multinational organizations as key partners. So if we go back to our system integrator business, you'll find that the multinational aspect is key for their business, because if they don't have the right partnerships with the international leading companies, they're going to have a hard time.